All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. Over quarantine, we've been all quarantined, and I've been working on some stuff that I'll be talking about later on in the video. But today I'm going to be showing you guys how I diet myself and how I eat for a shredded and built physique. So guys, I'm doing a vlog today. Super excited to be back. I'm going to be bringing you guys content again. I'm going to be back at it, weekly vlogs. So I've been working on a lot of stuff, a lot of back-end stuff that I'm super excited to announce. And Cordova Fitness is being taken to a new level. So super excited. It's time to grind, put in this work. Right now, I just got out of the Whole Foods grocery store, and I just did a whole grocery shopping trip. I got a bunch of stuff that I eat on my weekly basis to follow my macros and make it easy for myself to stay shredded and have live the fit lifestyle. So I am going to be showing you guys what I eat for a shredded, built physique. So this morning I just finished with one of my clients, and then I headed straight to the grocery store. So for those who are new to the channel, my name is Adrian Cordova. I live in Orange County, Costa Mesa, Newport Beach. I'm 21 years old and I love fitness. So anyway, so we're almost home right now. We're on our way back from the Whole Foods market, and we are gonna get inside. We're gonna lay everything out. I'm gonna show you guys what I eat for a shredded, built physique, and how do I make it easy for myself to live the fitness lifestyle. And then I'm gonna be showing you guys how to meal prep one of these meals, which will be one of my go-to meal preps. I'll be showing you guys. All right, everyone, so we made it home, and let's get to it. I'm gonna show you guys what I eat on a weekly basis to stay lean and build shredded physique. All right, so where do we start? Okay, so breakfast, typically I'll have 2 eggs with some egg whites. This is all from Sprouts, just so you guys know. Whole Foods store. Whole Foods are the way to go for living the fit lifestyle, okay? This is what I eat throughout the day. And we have, so let's go over our proteins first. So we've got, I like to throw this in my eggs in the morning, chicken, apple, sausage, I dice it up. I'll show that another day. It's about 1 o'clock now, so I haven't eaten all day, and I'm like starving right now, so I'm gonna get a big meal in. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna get a couple meals worth for clean food, or go for that pizza right there, because it's kind of looking at me real funny right there. I don't know. Anyway, so proteins, I got filet of salmon here. With the filet of salmon, what I do is I'll lay the whole filet out, and then I'll cut it up into smaller fillets. We've got 2 steak fillets here. The New York steaks I like to eat. I cut them up also. I dice them up into small pieces. Pound of shrimp. I like to cook that with red potatoes I have already in the cabinets, and then asparagus. Comes out really nice. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are my go-to healthy carb. I like to cook these in the oven, which I'll be meal prepping today and showing you guys how to cook those. Brussels sprouts, one of my favorite greens. Brussels sprouts are one of my favorite greens. It's important to get your greens in, guys, because you need nutrients from the greens, and also for healthy digestion when you're getting heavy amounts of protein and carbs in. So mainly for protein, because some proteins are harder on your digestion, obviously, like red meat, and then fish is obviously the end of the scale, the lighter protein. So almond milk, I typically go for the 30 calorie one because it's 30 calories per serving. My serving is like a cup or something like, yeah, a cup. Typically I put like 2 or 3 cups, I would say maybe 4 in a protein shake post-workout with the plant protein that I use and some ice, and I blend it. Let's see what else we got over here. Okay, so we have bacon, another source of protein and fat. You have to make sure you are counting everything, guys. When you're on top of your goals and you're counting your macros, you want to consider everything that you put in your body. So anyways, but yeah, bacon, really good for the morning breakfast. I'll do like a slice or 2, more like 2 slices. Broccoli, another healthy green that I love. Super easy. I'll probably meal prep the sweet potatoes, broccoli with some chicken today. I'll be showing you guys how to do. And let's see what else. Bagels, Dave's Bread Bagels, 11 grams protein, or 12 grams protein it says here, per serving, which is 1 whole bagel. That's 50 grams of carbs there. Good for one meal. Typically I like to do Dave's Bread Bagel on my breakfast with some peanut butter. This is a really good sauce that I like to use. It's teriyaki, and I like to put this a lot of the times on my chicken with sweet potatoes and broccoli, just to spice it up a little bit, keep it interesting. Healthy fats. So I typically get raw cashews, like regular raw cashews, but these are actually salted, which would be a little higher in sodium, but it's all right. These are healthy fats here. My favorite, one of my favorite healthy fats, cashews. Easy to eat, tastes super good, the texture is good. What else we got? Spinach leaves. These are the greens that I use for breakfast. I throw these with my eggs and egg whites, and makes it super easy to get your greens in with digestion. Plus it tastes really good. Let's see what else we have. So we got the shrimp, salmon, sweet potatoes. I covered everything over here. Jasmine rice. White jasmine rice is one of the healthy carbs that I use to build my physique. I didn't get into sweet potatoes probably till about last year, honestly. And then I really started falling for sweet potatoes. But up until then, jasmine rice, white rice was the way to go for making gains for me. I've been lifting and doing this fit lifestyle for about 5 years, 6 years now. But sweet potatoes are my favorite now, unfortunately. But jasmine rice is still really good. That's my other option. Let's see. So we have LaCroix. This is sparkling water. So the pamplemousse, which is grapefruit, and key lime, these are some of my favorite flavors for the LaCroix that I've tried so far. These are 0 calorie, guys. So healthy eating. If you're a soda drinker, I would go with some sparkling water. I've never been a soda drinker myself, really, maybe when I was a kid, but I'm honestly super huge on water, which I got a case of over there, and I've already stored and stocked in the fridge here. So water is a huge part. Also, I get typically a gallon or more. I get in typically a gallon or more. It's good to keep your nutrients flowing in your body. Water is super important. Stay hydrated. All right. What else do we got? Okay, second to last. We've got chicken breasts. I typically go for organic chicken breasts. It's a little more expensive, but it's healthier for you. So I'll pick 3 or 4 of these up, and I'll cook these in one batch and throw them in Tupperware when I'm done. We'll cook these today. I'm gonna show you guys how to meal prep chicken breasts, sweet potatoes, and a green, which will probably be the broccoli. Last but not least, this is my favorite, one of my favorite cheat meals right here, honestly, guys. This is a meat lover's pizza. So I'm a huge pizza guy, and I got 2 of them because, well, when you're eating clean like this for so long, right, you're gonna eventually want a cheat meal. So once a week, I'll choose a day, or when I'm really feeling like I really need it, and I've been disciplined throughout my week, eating clean in my macros, I'll go and put one of these in the oven, and I'll just eat the whole thing. And this is over 2,000 calories. This is 2,500 calories for the whole pizza. So it's a lot, but that's my favorite cheat meal there, besides going out to eat and getting a huge burger or something. But anyways, guys, this is a kind of fair representation of what I eat throughout the week to stay lean and built. All right, so very important that we fill our macros with whole foods. Now it's time to meal prep. So I'm gonna show you guys how to set up a meal prep. We're gonna do sweet potatoes and chicken. So first thing is first, we're gonna turn the oven on. So we're gonna turn the oven to 400 degrees because that's what I cook my sweet potatoes at. If anyone is wondering how I I spread the filet out, I typically will dice it. Laid out, I'll dice it like this. Okay, so fillets like this size is my preference typically. And I'll just cut it into small fillets like this, and then I'll put it into baggies here. So once I get it in the baggie, I'll just Ziploc that, get each fillet into a bag after I cut it up like that. And this is an easy way for me to just take it out and thaw it whenever I want to eat salmon that day. Throw it in the freezer just like that. Alright guys, so now I'm going to show you guys one of these meal preps, and it's going to be chicken breast, sweet potato, and broccoli. So I'm going to dice those, put them on a tray. I'm going to dice these, put them on the pan, and then I'm going to dice these a little bit. I'm going to season everything, lay it all out. Oven's at 400 degrees, and then I'll be cooking the chicken breast here. Alright everyone, so our food is prepped and ready to go, ready to cook. It's at 400 degrees. I'm going to season and stick these two in the oven and then start cooking this. I'm going to use olive oil for some of these things. Now you guys want to consider, when I say, consider the macros and things and you're counting your macros, olive oil has fat in it. So pour, moderate amounts, and for the olive oil, each tablespoon is 7 grams of fat. So you just want to, consider that there is fat in the olive oil, and don't go overboard, but put some on there, and just consider that there is some fat in there. And then we'll also be using garlic salt, and then some water for the vegetables. So for the vegetables, I'm gonna pour a little bit of water because this softens them up just a little bit. My broccoli I like a little harder, especially for Brussels sprouts. I put a little more water, but that's probably good there. And then I'm gonna take the olive oil, I'm gonna kind of drizzle some in there. That's probably, that's good. All right, and then now we're gonna take the garlic salt, season, that's good there. Next we'll do the sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna kind of throw some olive oil in there. And once I'm done seasoning all these, I'm gonna mix all of it up. So pour some there, put some more garlic salt here as well. Garlic salt, this stuff is like just a general seasoning I use on a lot of stuff that I'm cooking. No water for the potatoes. And then lastly, we're just gonna put a tad bit of oil on the chicken and season. All right. So we're seasoned and ready to go. Now lastly, I'm gonna mix it up with my hands. It can get a little messy, but we gotta make sure it's evenly distributed throughout the tray of food. All right. And we're gonna stick these sweet potatoes in for about 30 to 40 minutes at 400 degrees. Sweet potatoes will take a little longer than the vegetables. The vegetables will cook faster. These are a little more dense, but since we cut them up, they'll cook faster if they were whole. If they were whole, they would take about an hour to cook, or cut in half per se. But since they're diced up, 30 minutes I would say, maybe 40. All right, those are ready to go, those are good. Now the broccoli, I want to mix up as well. Make sure the water, the oil, and the seasoning is evenly distributed throughout the whole tray. All right, so these are going in. The broccoli is gonna go in for about 20 to 25 minutes. I kind of like my broccoli a little more burnt, just a little bit, just for a crisp. And then sweet potatoes 40 minutes. Now I'm gonna turn the stove on for the chicken, and I'm gonna start cooking this chicken, which will take me probably about 30 to 45 minutes as well to stir and cook. Alright guys, so I just wanted to say, if you're afraid of starting to cook because you're afraid you're gonna mess something up or whatever it is, honestly, when I first started cooking, it's probably around 16 years old, I started cooking for myself because I really got into bodybuilding or training, working out, fitness then. You honestly just learn by just doing it. You just start doing it, and that's how you learn. You literally just, cut a couple things up, throw it on, season it. It's not hard to do. This is required for you to, dieting is required for maintaining a good physique, living the fit lifestyle. I do this weekly. This is a weekly thing. I probably do meal prepping like twice a week because I like to keep my food fresh for like 3 days ahead. But after 3 days or 4 days, I'll cook another batch again of whatever I want, and then even throughout the day. So I'll typically eat chicken breasts throughout the day, but toward the night, if I'm having dinner, maybe even lunch sometimes, I'll do salmon or a piece of salmon or steak. My chicken breast is my go-to because it's a lot leaner than those two proteins, and it's high in protein, so super easy to stay on track with chicken breasts. Anyways, guys, but don't be afraid to step in the kitchen and start cooking. You can do anything that you want to do. It sounds cheesy. It's not hard to do, honestly. Start cooking. You can start cooking just by doing it. You start learning by just doing it, and then you learn more and more. You pick up after other people or recipes, you try new things, different things like that. All right, so the chicken is gonna go through this phase of kind of like somewhat cooked now. It's got the juices flowing, but you're just gonna let it sit, and when it gets overflowed with juices, you're gonna toss and turn it. The chicken is soaking up the juices, and you're just gonna keep tossing and turning, and eventually we're gonna get a nice crispy edges around the chicken, and it'll be fully cooked through. But this will be like phase 2 here of cooking the chicken breasts. All right, we're gonna wait for these juices to go down, and then it'll turn to nicely cooked chicken. Alright guys, so this is the final product for the meal prep. Now I'm going to show you guys what I'll be eating for my own specific cutting diet macros. So for my one meal, which I eat 4 times a day, one meal I'm required to eat 77 grams of carbs and 70 grams of protein. This is 1 out of 4 meals. Every day, this is how you have to stay consistent by your macros on the daily in order to see results, okay? All right, so first I have my food scale here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place the plate on top of the food scale, and it's gonna give me a number here. It's in grams, so I'm gonna change, whoops, okay. I'm gonna change the unit to ounces. Here we are. All right, so food scale. Okay, so you place the plate on top of there, and then you hold down the hold button, and it'll subtract the plate weight. So now I'm gonna take my cup. This is a cooking measuring cup. You can also measure cups if you don't have a food scale yet. Food scale is a better accurate way to go, but you can also measure cups to ounces. It probably won't be exact, but if you have a cup of food, it's 8 ounces. So 8 ounces of chicken, let's check it out. All right, so we have a cup of chicken breasts. You wanna measure everything after it's cooked, by the way, guys. All right, so we put the cup. Okay, you see, so that is only 5.3 ounces on the scale. So you have to, I didn't really stuff it in there, but let's see. All right, so we'll throw a tad bit more on there. Oh, that's about right. So we got 8.5. We'll take a little bit off. All right, so we're at 7.7. Okay, we're at 8 ounces exactly. This is 8 ounces of chicken breast here. All right. This is what I'm required to eat in protein per meal, okay, for a cutting diet. And I'm actually in a shred right now. I'm trying to lean down, so this is exactly what I do on a day-to-day basis right now. So now we need 77 grams of carbs. So 13 ounces of sweet potato is 77 grams of carbs exactly. So we're at 12.5. So far that would be 4.5 ounces. It's 8 ounces. Maybe a little less. All right. So that would be 19 ounces. So 13 ounces. So everyone's numbers are going to be different, by the way, guys. So make sure you figure out your own personal numbers when you're calculating your macros and finding out what you want to do, what your goals are, if you want to bulk or cut. This is me on a cutting diet. We're going to throw in a little more. 21 ounces. All right, guys, so we're at 21 ounces after we added the 8 ounces of chicken breast. So we're now at 13 ounces of sweet potato. This is what I'll eat 4 times a day, and a side of broccoli as well. So I'll put a side of broccoli in there. All right, so this is the final product, okay, guys? So this is a cutting meal for me. All right, guys, so when you're figuring out your fitness goals, if you want to bulk and put on muscle, you have to be in what's called a caloric surplus. If you want to shred down and lose body fat, you have to be in what's called a caloric deficit. All right, guys, so everyone's numbers are going to be different. You're all going to be eating different amounts of food, just like me. I'm 6'3" and I'm 220 pounds, okay? So yes, I eat a lot of food for cutting. I eat that 4 times a day. Those are my numbers. Those are my numbers for a slight caloric deficit anyway. There's different levels to what size of caloric deficit or surplus you can be in, depending on the factors. So the bigger caloric deficit you are, the more muscle you're gonna lose, the more shredded and the quicker shredded you'll get, but the more muscle mass that you're gonna sacrifice losing. So I prefer to keep any muscle mass that I have worked for over the year of bulking. I would prefer to keep as much as I can, so I'm in a slow caloric deficit so that I can slowly come down in body fat and retain as much muscle as I can. Now, if you guys want to find out your own personal macros and you have weight loss goals or you have muscle building goals, nutrition is key. And the only way to get results with training is to make sure that your nutrition is on point. All right? It doesn't matter how hard you work out, you're not going to out-train a bad diet, okay? So there's different ways to make this interesting, and I show how to do your macros and how to make dieting fun and sustainable in my How to Build Your Diet ebook. So if you go on CordovaFitness.co, I show everybody how to get their macros done, their own personal numbers. All right, just click the link in the bio below and it'll take you to the website and you can purchase the How to Build Your Diet ebook by Cordova Fitness. All right, I hope this information helped. Like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're if you're a regular watcher, just give a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.